and welcome to another episode of Honest AF Show with me, Daniela Clark.
And me, Barbara Ann Wild.
Hi, Miss Barbara Ann Wild. So here we are again at Licorice Pizza.
Yes.
What do you guys think of our new set? Do you like it?
Starting to warm up in here.
Yeah, finally. Barb and I have to wear fur coats in here because we're freezing. Faux fur coats, but either way, we're always freezing in here because it's very cold. That's the thing. It's like when you're at a workplace with guys, it's such a struggle. Do you know that when I had my offices for Frankie B, I was always cold. So I used to turn the air conditioning off and people would walk by and turn it up. The guys that worked there would turn it up. I would turn it off.
The total
and
battle.
it was the total battle. The exact same in my house. I turn the air off. Gilby turns it on. I turn the heating on, Gilby turns it off. It's like the male-female thing. Women are always cold, men are always hot.
Except
unless menopause.
My husband, always cold, so.
Gilby is always, always hot, and I'm always freezing. And so anyway, I won't bore you with that information. But, so we have big news in the Clark household.
Yes.
Big news. Probably those listening that know us already know this because it was announced a few days ago. But Gilby got a call to go on tour with Alice Cooper.
Very cool.
Which is so cool.
Yeah.
And it's so funny how the whole thing went down because it happened so fast. Gilby got a call on, what's today? Today's Thursday?
Yes.
Okay,
the 30th of January.
Yes. So last Thursday, he got a call saying, would you be interested in playing guitar in Alice Cooper's band? And he was like, yeah, of course.
Uh-huh.
And so Friday, they confirmed it with him and said, okay.
See you tomorrow.
See you Monday, learn 30 songs.
Right.
I am always so in awe.
Amazing how they do that, huh?
With these guys.
I know.
It's amazing.
It's incredible.
His dedication to what he does and his discipline is remarkable. He locks himself in his studio. I was literally feeding him his breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks, everything in the studio. He did not come out. He locked himself in the studio and he was learning all the songs, like 30 songs.
That's a lot.
A lot of songs. Yeah. He was learning all the songs and it was so fun because every time I'd go in there, I'd hear Alice Cooper songs. So it was really, really fun.
Yeah.
But he was in there cramming, and the good thing about Alice Cooper is a lot of the songs he knows because he's been an Alice Cooper fan for years and years and years.
Right.
So he knew a lot of the songs, but a lot of them he didn't. It's one thing to know a song. It's another to know how to play the song.
Exactly right.
So it's very different.
Yeah.
And so he was learning all the songs and it's just so exciting. I was so excited for him.
Has he done his first show with them yet?
He has not. So they left. I took him to the airport Monday morning.
Right.
And today's Thursday. They flew out and they have some rehearsals and their rehearsals are not just with Alice Cooper. The show is a show.
Yeah,
it's a show.
Dress rehearsal and the whole bit.
Yeah. So and it's also choreography and the whole thing because it's a very theatrical show.
Absolutely.
You're getting like such a show when you see Alice.
Right.
So it's incredible.
Yeah.
And I'm just so excited for him because he loves Alice Cooper. He loves the music. Yeah. And he loves Alice personally. I mean, we all know Alice Cooper is the sweetest man. Not at all his persona on stage. He's just a sweet man. And then on top of it all, it's almost like a full circle moment because Ryan Roxie, who's in the band, who plays guitar in the band, goes way, way back.
That's what you were saying, Gilby's friend.
Gilby's been in a band with Ryan back in the Candy days. And, he's been in he's been in bands with Gilby. Ryan was in Candy, and then he was in just a whole slew of bands that Gilby's worked with. We've known Ryan for for years. And now Ryan plays guitar with Alice. And also Chuck Garrett, who plays with Alice as well. He plays bass with Alice, has also played in bands with Gilby, and rides motorcycles with Gilby.
Cool.
So we've all known these guys. And Gilby's played with Alice a couple of times for his golf tournaments. They played golf together.
That's right. He always does those golf charities.
And then he does his show, and Gilby's played with him then. And I've actually been on some of those trips, which have been so much fun. So we all go way back, and Alice's lovely daughter Calico that we all know,
and his wife, Cheryl.
And his wife, and they've been married for 100 years also.
I think they've got both of us beat. They just celebrated their 40-something.
Forever. Yeah, forever. So it's just a really lovely, the whole situation is great.
Yeah.
And it all came full circle.
That's cool.
It was really exciting. And then Ryan came over to the house. Ryan actually now lives in South Africa.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And so he flew into town for the shows, and he came to LA first. And so he came over. So we got to catch up with Ryan.
Oh, that's cool.
Ryan was in the studio with Gilby. We got to see him. We saw Chuck stop by. We got to see Chuck. So I was so excited. And then Gilby says to me, little side story. Gilby says to me, okay, so the good news, bad news is, I'm going to be away for your birthday now because my birthday's on Valentine's Day. And he's like, I had planned a nice little weekend getaway for us for your birthday.
Right.
So the bad news is I'm going to be away for your birthday. But the good news is that we're going to be playing on a cruise. Alice is doing a cruise from Miami to the Bahamas. And it's a few days. And we're going to be doing 2 shows on the cruise. Why don't you come out? Why don't I fly you out for your birthday and you can meet us on the cruise?
That's so much fun.
So I'm so excited I get to do that.
So good.
I'm thrilled. I get to see him play with Alice. I get to be on a cruise.
I know. It's great.
I'm super excited. And I think they have is it blackberry smoke?
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what you were saying. Yeah.
Blackberry smoke?
They're great.
They're great. So they're going to be opening, and I think Don Felder.
And you said Sticks?
Kicks or
Sticks?
Kicks or Sticks?
I thought you said Sticks.
I don't listen to me. Nobody listens to me because I don't know what I'm talking about half the time.
Well,
but
it sounds like a great
It's going to be a great
be
show.
So much fun.
It's going to be so much fun. And, I mean, a cruise, it's going to be great because I get to spa it up. It's going to be nice and warm. I can sit by the
get
pool.
your sun after you're in Oregon for 5 days. You're going to need to be heated up again.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm be coming straight off the heels of being in Oregon with you at your beautiful house, which I absolutely can't wait.
Day to turn around.
I have a day.
I know.
To unpack the cold clothes.
Yes.
Unpack the
other suitcase was going to need much. You just have a bunch of bikinis,
little dresses,
tops,
little tops. Yeah. I'm very, very excited.
That is amazing.
I'm usually not excited for my birthday. I am finally excited because
I'm always excited for your birthday. I love your birthday.
I know you do.
I do.
It's funny because when I was a kid, it was really cute because my mom always used to buy me those heart-shaped cakes.
Yeah.
And bring them to the classroom, or she'd bring like cupcakes with little hearts on them for everybody.
I love everything about Valentine's Day. I love Cupids. I love hearts.
Well, you love love.
I'm such a romantic.
I
do. But I love the colors. I love pink and red, and I love it.
Do you and Zach buy each other Valentine's Day gifts, or does he just buy you? Do you buy him anything?
Yeah. Oh, last year was so silly because Lent in Catholic religion.
Oh, that's right. And
Lent started right like the Wednesday before Valentine's Day, and Valentine's Day was like Thursday, like the next day. And he was on the road with Pantera again, and I sent him all of his favorite chocolates and these like gourmet Swiss chocolates that were all covered in fruit. Covered fruit.
Yeah.
And he loves fruit and chocolate. And
I do too.
It was such a beautiful heart with all this gourmet dried fruit and chocolates, and he loves dark chocolate like you. And I FedExed it so that it would get there and wherever the heck he was over in Europe. And it was Lent. And he's like, I give up sweets for Lent every year. I'm like, and he gives up like 3 things.
Yeah.
He gives up sweets. He gives up,
Porn?
probably does give up porn. I don't know. I don't know if he could. Good luck with what. Trying to think what else he gives up. He gives up like 3 things every year. Oh, chips, like anything.
Any junk food?
Yeah, anything. Like he used to give up beef before he was on the carnivore diet. Now he can't do that. Otherwise, he would eat nothing. But he gave up like everything under the sun. And he thinks, I keep saying to him, if you give up more than one thing, it's just supposed to be a sacrifice, right?
Yeah.
For the sacrifices that if you're Catholic or Christian, that you believe in, you're giving up something the way Jesus gave up for our sins, whatever, sacrifice. He gives up 3 things. I'm like, it doesn't give you an extra ticket in. You don't win an award because you give up more stuff. Like you only need to give up one thing.
Yeah.
So anyway, he gave up chocolate, right? But this year, Lent is not until like the very beginning of March, like the 5th of March or something, because I looked, and Easter's very late this year because it's 40 days. So I'm going to be able to send him chocolates and stuff but yeah, we exchange. Usually he asks me what I want or I buy a piece of jewelry and say, look what you bought me. He generally buys me lingerie or tons of clothing, or he buys me all kinds of stuff. Every time he sends me pictures of things on his phone when he's in a shop and it's the window, I'm like, please don't buy that for me. I probably have 50 of them and I keep trying to unload things. There's a lot of lingerie at Goodwill. That's all I have to say.
Yeah.
But he
I'd ever buy used lingerie.
But half of it isn't even used. Half of it has
Yours,
the tags.
yeah,
He buys too much of everything. He does everything in excess, Mr. Wilde. Nothing is in moderation with Zach. Never has been, never will be.
You know what I find? Most musicians are like that.
He has that addictive personality.
Yeah.
So when it goes, if he shops,
it's all or nothing with musicians.
I have 5 storage units. He keeps sending more things to the house. Every other day, he'll send me a picture of a guitar. Ask the accountant. I'm like, just buy it. Just buy it.
You work hard, get it.
Oh my God. Yeah. I could never tell him no. Even if we couldn't afford it,
No.
I'd figure out a way to make it happen because that guy works so much. It's like he should never even have to ask.
Yeah.
He should just be able to buy them.
I think it's cute that he asks.
But he does. He does.
That's really cute.
He won't buy anything over like a couple $100 without asking. Very funny.
That's funny. You don't ask him.
No. I don't. But I don't really buy a lot of very high ticket pricey things. I mean,
your skincare.
Okay, all right. So skincare. But for the most part, it's like aside of houses and cars, but honestly, no. But it's generally those kind of things. It's like mutual things that we both want together. And then I'll say to him, we just got a new fridge. Please don't buy me anything. I'm pretty good that way. I really am.
Actually, it's funny because I think with Gilby and I too, like we don't consult each other on small things, obviously, but anything substantial.
I mean, honest AF stuff. It's research. I really do need.
Of course it's research.
I mean, how would we have ever known about Natura Bissé?
How?
I mean,
how would we know about?
And it is part of our job to look great and have our husbands still want us when they're working for months and come home. So we have to maintenance. It's all maintenance and research.
That's right. You got to maintain. You got to research. That's correct, Miss Barbara Ann Wilde.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say that that's like.
I always feel bad for Gilby because like my birthday's on Valentine's Day, so it's always all about me, and then I feel like he gets swept under the rug for Valentine's Day, like he doesn't get anything.
But his birthday's in the summer, so he kind of has a whole standalone. You know, there's nothing going on in August except for all their birthdays.
Yeah, but I always try. I try a little bit with him. I get him like a card, or I'll get him something cute. All
they really want. I mean, all Zach ever wants is. Well, he's fine with, dark chocolate and me in a T-shirt and baby socks or something. He has a wish list every year. When you come to visit me.
Y'all are getting a lot of information about Barb and Zach Wilde.
Sorry. there are
escapades.
When people ask you, how are you married for so long?
Well, yeah.
I think there's two things that are definitely part of the equation. One of you has to be gone a lot.
That's correct.
So that you're excited to see each other.
Exactly.
Because if he was home 24/7 every night and expected dinner on the table at 5, we would not be together anymore.
Yeah.
That's for sure. Mostly because I'd want to jump off my mountain. I cannot have routine every day. You would think he couldn't. It's me. I need to mix it up.
Well, that's why you're married to him.
Right.
And I think that's actually really key, what you said, because a lot of, for us, the guys that we're married to, musicians, it's part of it. Part of the allure is who they are and what they and how unpredictable they are, and their creativity, and it's just it's all part of it. It's part of the package,
Yes.
right? But it's also part of the downfall. So musicians can be a lot because of who they are,
right,
and what they bring to the table. So having that separation sometimes, or being independent,
absolutely,
really, really helps facilitate.
You have to have your
marriage.
own life.
Yeah, you have to have your own life.
You have to.
Yeah.
But I think that's part of it, and the other part of it is keeping it spicy.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah,
I mean, it wouldn't matter if he was, whatever his profession was. I think if you want to be with someone for a long time, you have to date your significant other. You have to still woo each other.
It's always
you still have
about work. Yeah, you have to work at it.
But that's pleasant. I mean, I don't really consider.
Yeah, but you have to put in the effort.
Yes.
Right? I mean, everybody, you can't for 1 second take your marriage or your relationship for granted. In any marriage, any relationship.
Right.
Everything you have to put effort, and
Absolutely.
you have to always put yourself in the other person's shoes. Like, what would they want from me right now?
Right.
What do they need from me right now?
So, I mean, if it's something like, oh, come pick me at the airport up with your hair up in a bun and,
Here we go.
secretary skirt, or, your glasses on. For some reason, when I wear my glasses, he wants to he's all over me. I'm like, he's so easy. He's so simple. I'm like, it's just, because my name is Barbara Ann, he calls me Barbie. So it'd be like, I see Secretary Barbie picking me up from the airport.
I'm surprised he hasn't done. Wait, has he done any action figure stuff with the Secretary Barbie? Have you gotten him any Barbies?
He has so many Barbies. And then at one point he was really, you should never watch this video because it's really horrible to watch, because it was when he was really in
Wait,
his.
what do the kids think of any of this?
All of them, first of all, they parent us.
Uh-huh.
They're way more together than we've ever been.
Frankie yells at us all the time.
Oh,
God forbid Gilby should give me a hello kiss or a goodbye kiss. She's like, oh my God, go do that somewhere else. Do it somewhere else.
When he first started to text, he would accidentally text the family text. And Jesse recreated, he's like, don't ever do that again. He's like, and he made it Wild Family, or Your Kids Are on This Text would be the title of the group, so that Zach would not accidentally text the group come pick me up, and Jesse would be like, Mom, Dad, stop. But they just tune us out.
Yeah.
Haley Ray thinks it's funny.
Yeah.
She appreciates it, but the boys forget it.
Frankie is not entertained by any of that stuff. She's like, eye roll. And
Jesse and Frankie are a lot alike in their nature and their persona. They're just like, no.
Whenever Frankie comes over for dinner or whatever, if Gilby goes to give me a hug or a kiss for dinner or whatever, she's like, I'm leaving, I'm going home, I can't deal with this. She's always disgusted.
But I think that, we definitely, but as far as the Barbies go, to go back to my story, there is a video on one of his long videos, not behind the scenes, where he's got all his Barbies and he has this Barbie thing going on. It's kind of where all the action figures thing started.
Yeah.
And oh my God, then people would give them to him on stage.
Yeah.
You would not believe the amount of Ultimate Warrior wrestling dolls he gets now.
Well, that I've seen.
It's insane.
Yeah.
he comes home with boxes
Oh my
every
God, he keeps
tour.
them all.
Of course he does. And most of the time he uses them.
Yeah.
And Evel Knievel just came out with a new cranked up Evel Knievel that jumps further than the old ones. And so, of course, that
Oh
was
my
delivered
God.
to my house. Thank you, Blasco. I think Blasco sent it to him for his birthday. Evel Knievel takes up one half of the house. Ultimate Warrior the other. It's crazy.
Oh my gosh.
We need more houses just to fill up.
All his toys.
Yes.
Yeah. That's Zach. He's hilarious. But okay, so remember I was telling you, I don't know if I told you this, but right, I think it was like, was it right after the holidays? Like right or during the holidays, I started getting like super, super down, like really depressed and really, really sad. And I just couldn't figure out what was going on with me.
Right.
And then I realized this got to be a hormonal imbalance. Something's
Agreed.
wrong with me because I don't feel right. I don't feel like myself. I'm super blue. And I just like wasn't finding joy in anything. Nothing sounded fun to me. Now, nothing sounded good to me. And I was just like, okay, something's wrong with me. So I went to the doctor and I told him, and he said, okay, let's run your blood panel. And he did. And then he got back to me and he said, we're going to up your estrogen. Your estrogen has plummeted. Put me on a higher dose of estrogen on my patch. And Barb, I'm telling you, within like a week, back to my normal self.
Good for you.
Back to my normal self. So I'm just here to tell you, girls, if you are feeling a little blue, and you know what, men too, because we don't talk about this enough, but men go through it too.
Absolutely, they do.
Men, their testosterone drops. They also have hormonal shifts. And also just, you know, you get to a certain point in your life where things are changing and it can be a little sad.
Totally.
Go get checked out. My doctor did a whole process of elimination. He goes, I'm going to check your hormones. I'm going to check your
Did your thyroid
your
too, right?
thyroids. Yeah, excuse me.
Because that is very common for causing depression as well.
Exactly. But
Yeah.
my thyroids were okay. It was definitely hormonal. So once we figured that out and he changed my patch to a higher dosage, I went from being 0.0375 to 0.05.
Wow.
And made a world of difference.
Good for you.
A world of difference. And I feel like my old self again. So I'm just so happy that there is answers.
Yeah.
And that there's a way around it. And that I don't have to suffer like that.
I've been so on the fence about this for so long. I'm afraid to get a hormone paddle. I don't even know what the results would be. But I have contacted Alloy, my Alloy. And I am going to try the topical estrogen skincare, but I am going to, they also have topical and skin without having to take hormones. They also have them for your vag and for local, you don't have to kind of go the oral route or do the patch. So I had a consultation with one of those doctors and they're lovely. I love that they do the telemedicine with you.
Yeah, it's
right?
great.
Yeah,
it's great.
It's incredible that there's so much knowledge and information available to people now.
There is, and there is help. You know, I never watch. Excuse me. I never watched the Drew Barrymore show.
Oh, she's a major proponent of HRT and
well, yeah, but she had on Naomi Watts the other day.
Yes. I happened to catch it. It was hysterical.
Yeah, I happened to catch it. And did you hear her story about when she first hooked up with Billy Crudup?
Yeah.
And they were having a romantic evening and they were about to get intimate. And she remembered that she had these hormone patches on her. And so she excused herself and ran to the bathroom and was like, I'm going to take this patch off. I don't want him to see it. It's embarrassing. And she went to take the patch off and the adhesive leaves a mark on your stomach. And a lot of times, like when I first started using the patch, the adhesive would leave a little circle on my stomach, and you're supposed to switch spots on your stomach.
Oh.
You're not supposed to keep putting the patch in the same spot.
Right.
Every time you change it, because you change it like twice a week.
Oh.
So when you change it, you're supposed to move it to another spot on your stomach. So but then it leaves like a little dark mark.
Right.
The adhesive leaves,
sticky.
yeah,
Yeah.
it leaves a dark mark, and it's kind of hard to take off. So she said when she went into the bathroom to take off her patch, it left the dark mark, and she still had some other dark marks on
Oh,
there that she
God.
hadn't taken off. And she was like scrubbing herself and rubbing and trying to get it all off. And she came out and she was all like
Flustered.
all verklempt and flustered. And he said to her, "What? Are you okay? What's wrong?" And she looked at him and she goes, "I'm old."
I saw that. She's great.
She's so funny. I loved
his answer.
Yeah.
He said to her, "I'm the same age as you."
Yeah, I'm old too.
Yeah.
What do
like,
you need? What can I do
what's
to help
the
you?
problem?
Yeah. What can I do to help you? But I will tell you that what I have found that gets that adhesive off really well
Do tell.
is I use an oil cleanser to take off all my...
Wait, the doctor told her to use motor oil.
Yeah. Who says that? What kind of doctor does she go to? Does she go to a mechanic?
Yeah, she goes, just use automotive motor oil.
Who says that?
She goes, I don't think so.
What the hell? No. Naomi, listen to me. This is what you do. I use an oil cleanser when I wash my face at night. It melts all my heavy eye makeup off.
Which one do you use?
It's my favorite. Right now, I'm using one by Chanel.
Okay.
I love the Bobbi Brown one. The Bobbi Brown has a really great oil cleanser, but the other day I saw that Chanel has one, so I tried the Chanel one.
Nice.
And it's an oil cleanser. It smells really nice and fresh, and it melts all my makeup off.
Oh, that's good to know.
It's
Can
great.
you use it on your eye makeup?
That's why I use it.
Oh, it
because
doesn't burn or anything.
Yeah, I wear such heavy eye makeup and my eyes are sensitive. So I use it and it takes everything off in one foul swoop. It's very easy to use. It's great. But I noticed that it's also great for removing the adhesive.
Oh, good to
So
know.
you take a little bit, you put it on where your adhesive marks are, and it just melts them away.
That's amazing. I use patches too, but for magnesium and for going to sleep. I use the melatonin patch.
Yeah.
Although I did want to talk about, it just reminded me, not about hormones, but actually kind of is indirectly related to hormones, because when you go through menopause or when you're in perimenopause, a lot of women find that their sleep patterns have completely changed. Either they can't fall asleep or they wake up several times in the evening, and or they have trouble staying asleep more than a couple of hours.
Right.
I was so discombobulated and so uneasy sleeping with the fires that I felt like I could not get a good night's sleep for a couple weeks.
Right. Well, none of us slept. Yeah.
And I was like one eye open and just worried that at any given moment someone's going to knock on the door. So I ended up buying these. I saw these sleep gummies called Lemme, Lemme Sleep. And
Let me sleep.
Let me sleep. Like Lemmy Kilmister, but also I think it's I might be wrong, but I'm almost positive that it's Kourtney Kardashian's line.
Oh.
Part of her supplements. But I'll check that out for sure. But it's Lemme, Lemme. And they work better than any. I sent you a screenshot of it.
Yeah.
They work better than any sleep aid I have ever tried.
Yeah.
I usually don't ever have trouble.
Melatonin and magnesium.
Melatonin, magnesium, L-theanine, vitamin D, all things that are really good for you, and that are known to like lower your body temperature and put you in a relaxed state. And it doesn't make you at all hungover the next day or feel like you can't wake up. Unbelievable. Love them. So I definitely wanted to, because we were just talking about patches. And so I haven't really been using my Moon sleep patch because I've been taking these Lemme sleep gummies and they're incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I want to try those. They look like they're great.
They're really good.
Okay. Is it time for Flix AF?
Oh, sure.
Okay.
I know where we're going here. So
yeah, you know where we're going. So poor Barb, I traumatized her with my movie selection. She asked me for a Flix AF the other day because she was at home and she wanted to watch something.
And let's back up to say the last couple of shows that you've had me watch, I have loved. Palm Royale, I loved. What was the other show that you had me watch? Bad Sisters, loved.
Yeah.
Now we come to this one.
And then I recommended The Substance.
Yes.
With Demi Moore. And we're going to be Siskel and Ebert right now
Yeah.
because she didn't like it. I loved it.
No. I loved the screenplay.
Uh-huh.
I loved the premise of the whole thing. I think it makes you question a lot of things. I think it's great.
Mm-hmm.
Demi Moore is fabulous.
Incredible in it. Incredible.
But
yeah,
go ahead. You could.
I really loved it because I loved the message.
Yes, me too.
I loved the message. And I love movies that make you think and that are out of the box like that.
Mm-hmm.
And I love them when they throw you a good curveball. And I love when I don't know anything about it too. Sometimes I don't even like to know about what
I didn't
a movie
know what it was
is
about before you told me to watch it
I didn't know
either.
either. I didn't know anything about it because I want to be taken out of my head for a minute.
Yeah.
So I absolutely loved it. I thought the acting was brilliant. Demi Moore was incredible in it. I thought it was absolutely brilliant. Okay, I will say this. Is it gory? Yes, it's gory. But I think, in my opinion, the gory part of it is part of the message. And so I thought it was done in a very campy way, not a frightening way. I wasn't scared and I wasn't grossed out because I kind of thought it was funny because
and I
understood what it was doing.
I think that's what they were hoping to do, and most people felt that way. I felt like it cheapened how brilliant the movie was.
Really?
It literally the last 10 minutes of that film.
I thought it gave it comic relief.
No, because the whole time of them, like, I don't want to give things away, but the whole time it was hardcore comic relief and dark. And there were moments that, like, I can't watch people get needles. So I had my hands over my face for, my sister was like, you could put your hands down now. I was like
surgeries.
I can't do that.
Yeah.
But the end, especially the very end, I thought, okay, like now you took something that was so powerful and so incredible to me and you turned it into a slasher film. And it cheapened it to the point where I was like, it's too much. One step too far. It's like putting on too much makeup. It kind of cheapened the whole thing for me.
Really?
Yeah.
I
don't think that a slasher film should be nominated for Academy Awards.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
gosh. I think it should be.
No
think it should
way.
be because, and I'll tell you why. The message,
you and everybody else, but I don't.
The message is so powerful. It's such a powerful message and something that we all struggle with and we talk about on our show a lot. Trying to retain youth and beauty and how it
being a slave to it.
Yeah, exactly. And how you can just be so ugly on the inside, you know. There were so many great messages in it that I absolutely loved it. I thought it was brilliant. And I loved how just unexpected it was. So I absolutely think it should be nominated. And I would love to see Demi Moore win an Academy Award,
will.
especially at this stature in her life. Again, like Baby Girl, I was really impressed with that. I was really happy and that she did this role. And that these roles are coming for women.
I agree with you on that 100%.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I love it. I love everything about it. To me, I thought the movie was, if I was going to describe it, I would say it's a little bit of Limitless,
Carrie,
and what was the other movie I was?
You said Barbie.
And Barbie, and the Barbie movie.
I agree with you.
Yeah.
Except I think it made Carrie seem like a nice, sweet little film.
I didn't see that at all.
I just couldn't. It's
so
I was
funny.
Like,
okay, here's another one for our listeners and those watching us.
I'm the only person that I've talked to about this that felt that way.
Give us your opinion. What did you think of
it?
Did you think it was too gross? Did you think it was scary? Tell us what you thought of it.
I wasn't scared as much as I was just like, it felt like it insulted my intelligence. Like it took it too far to me.
Oh, wow.
It cheapened it discredited how powerful it was.
I didn't feel that way at all. I thought it was so brilliant.
I wish I felt that way.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's so funny how we can be so in sync with each other, but think
Yeah.
so differently about
Yeah. This one time, I think we've been in sync on everything else.
Yeah.
Except MILF Mother, MILF
MILF
Manor.
MILF
I still
Manor.
can't get around that
Brilliant.
either.
Brilliant
I
show.
can't. See
Brilliant.
Yeah, no.
Brilliant show. By the way, I don't know if I told you this, but I found a new series called Later Daters. It's done by Michelle Obama, and yes, she produced it. It's a Michelle
Wow.
Obama show that she put together, and it's a docuseries about people in their 50s and 60s dating called Later
Oh,
Daters.
wow.
It was adorable. It was really sweet and a
I
really
love that.
nice kind of feel-good show.
Oh, okay.
I really liked it. I thought it was really cute.
Awesome.
Really cute. Not smutty, not dirty.
So later, as in later in life.
Later in life.
Okay,
Yeah. Later
I like
daters.
that.
And most of the people were either divorced or widowed.
I thought you were
or
telling me it was going to be like one night stands.
No, later daters.
I'm like, if you found it,
yeah,
it's got to be
people
on
that
the
are calling-
smut radar.
People that are calling for booty calls at 3 a.m. That's later daters.
Later dater.
Yeah. No. Anyways. All right. Is it time for Barb's Bag of Tricks?
Yes, my lord, please
Yes,
help
okay.
me. Okay, so I actually have smut for.
Woo! Smut meter going up for Barb.
Okay, it's my.
Is that
company called-
Valentine's Day smut? or-
Yes,
Yeah.
it's
okay.
it's not as smutty as
Wow, last episode was pretty smutty.
what?
Our last episode was pretty
Yes,
smutty. Barb.
okay, so it's in the same field as that.
Okay.
But
Okay.
so there's this company called Hygiene Hero, and they have this
Hygiene
product.
Hero?
Yeah, that's the name of the company.
Okay.
They have a product, and the
Uh-huh.
product's called Vip Stick Serum.
Vip Stick Serum.
So it's lipstick
Uh-huh.
for your other lips,
Oh!
but it's not colorful or it's for the
what
health.
a clever name.
It's-
What a clever name.
Yes. So it rejuvenates, hydrates, soothes. It's almost like lip balm,
For your who?
nether region.
Yeah.
And protects. And it's edible, and it's
Well, if it's edible, it's not going to really bomb anything.
it lubricates, moisturizes.
Okay.
It says glide the stick on clean labia and clitoris 3 to 4 times for elevated pleasure, massage in small circular motions and straight lines, reapply as needed. Best results used daily in the shower. So this
Use
is not
daily in the shower to lubricate?
after the shower, like to keep you
Oh,
moisturized.
after a shower. Okay, after a shower.
I got one for you. Now,
Oh, how lovely. Thank you.
there are flavored ones.
Uh-huh.
And this one is for you, French vanilla.
Oh, that's my flavor.
It's a skin nourishing pleasure primer. This is a different product. This is a pleasure primer for your lower lips.
Oh,
I got
very
chocolate.
fascinating.
I
French
got
vanilla
chocolate for
dipstick
me. I got
serum.
vanilla for you. And then they've got an oil.
Oh, so they're the same thing, just different
Yeah.
flavors.
Well, then they
Okay.
have this other one. This is a VV, so vagina vulva oil. It's unscented. This one balances your microbiome.
Mm,
And private oil concentrate, specially designed for your V-spot and most delicate areas. This one you can use anywhere, everywhere. It's an oil, and it is nature-derived emollients as its base. It's unscented, not flavored. It's a beautiful oil that is specifically designed to care for the skin in your most delicate areas.
Very nice.
You can use it on your nipples. You can use it
Oh.
on everywhere, and
Uh-huh.
it's just a really great moisturizer.
Wow. Okay.
But this one is actually medicinal. It really does help your microbiome. It balances your pH levels.
Lovely.
yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
Very good. I like that.
So
Okay. Well, winter
Bring it with
months,
you
you got to
on your
moisturize
cruise.
everything. You got to moisturize, like you moisturize your face, moisturize everything.
yes,
So there you have it. I mean, do they have moisturizers and things like this for men? Do
I
they
don't know,
need
but
to
I think
moisturize?
all of
Do
this is
they
safe.
need to moisturize too?
They can use the oil for sure.
Okay. All right.
Could you imagine Gilby?
No. You know what? Let me tell you something about Gilby. That man, he has no wrinkles.
I know.
And
He's absolutely Dick Clark's
Yeah.
Dick Clark of rock and roll.
Yeah, that's what Matt Sorum calls him.
Yeah.
Dick Clark of rock and roll. But the crazy thing about him is he doesn't use any products. He doesn't use anything. I mean,
Except
literally
a flat
anything.
iron, which still cracks me up.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. He does use a flat iron.
Straighten his hair.
I've just recently in the past few years bought him Kiehl's facial cleanser.
Yeah.
Because he was like washing his face with hand soap. I'm like, stop doing that.
Oh my goodness.
You know? But I mean, like, I hate to tell him to stop doing what he's doing because
you don't want to discourage any
Yeah,
kind of grooming.
yeah, well, but
I
also
know
his
I
skin
don't
is great.
ever want to
Whatever he's
discourage
doing
Zach
is
from
working.
anything Zach does. I'm just like,
Yeah,
even when he uses that damn beard spray and gets it everywhere, he's covering those grays, so I have to appreciate it and cut him some
exactly.
slack.
Yeah,
Even though it's
no, we
everywhere.
don't want to discourage anything.
No.
But I bought him Kiehl's cleanser so he cleans his skin with it. But for Christmas, I was like, oh, I think I'll buy him a moisturizer because he doesn't moisturize. He doesn't ever.
Right.
And so I bought it for him and I gave it to him and he goes, what is this for? And I go, it's for your face to moisturize. Why do I need that? I'm like, well, I mean, I guess you don't because you're covered in motorcycle grease all the time.
I mean,
and that
Zach
seems to be
always says
working for you.
anytime that he's like complaining, like his feet or his hands are all like skin's cracking and really, really dry, I go to put moisturizer on his hands and he's like, no, I need my calluses. Don't do that to me. I'll be bleeding for like a week afterward. He's like, you can touch my feet, but do not touch my hands.
Yeah. Zach has calluses all over his hands. So does Gilby. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you can't play without them.
Yeah.
When they start up a tour, I mean, poor Zach, he's never had a couple weeks off that he could get rid of them again. But when he has long periods of time, like after COVID, it's like all his hands are all bleeding again.
Yeah,
you know?
I know. Gilby too. Always full of calluses. The trials and tribulations of being married to musicians. Anyways, okay. Well, does this do it for this episode of Honest AF? So make sure to leave us a comment. Let us know what you think of that movie. I'm curious. Do you agree with me? Do you agree with Barb?
I'm sure they all agree with you. I don't know what it was.
I don't know.
Something
Some people
about
don't
it was,
like it.
I was just like, oh, come on. You took
Some
something.
people don't like it.
It was so brilliant. And to me, it just kind of cheapened the whole damn thing.
There you have it, kids. Make up your own mind. Let us know what you think.
But I do want Demi Moore to win, and I do think she was brilliant.
I do too. She was
brilliant.
Brilliant in it.
Yeah.
Okay. So make sure to check us out. Honest AF Show is our Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. It's not even called Twitter anymore, right? It's called X.
Oh.
And YouTube, whatever, all these things.
TikTok. We're
everything.
Honest AF Show, and then a little D for Daniela and a little B for Barbara Ann because someone took our handle.
Okay, there you go.
TikTok's the only one that has a D and a B at the end.
But we don't even know if TikTok's even going to be around anymore. I don't know what's going on. But anyway, whatever. Check us out on all the platforms and let us know what you thought.
Subscribe to our YouTube channel, please.
Yes, we need that. Okay, until next time, y'all
Bye,
take
everybody.
care. Bye. We obviously need to do a disclaimer here, so we want you to know we are not doctors or experts by any stretch of the imagination. We are just a couple of gals that are looking for magical products, procedures, and experiences. And in our quest, we will share our honest as fuck opinions with you. So please make sure before you try anything we talk about that you know your own restrictions and do so at your own risk. Do not blame us for any of your issues. We're just experimenting too.